everyone, thanks for voting. Looks like sticky traps are the winner for today's training video. So what you're going to need to get started with this is you are going to need some yellow paper. Now yellow paper or card or plastic or whatever you can find is probably one of the most important things because this is what the insects are attracted to. So I've got some paper because we're going to try a couple of different techniques. I've got some plastic and then I've got an old courier bag as well, which will hopefully be good. Some scissors because we want to cut these to shape, especially if we're going to be stapling them onto a label. You need a saucepan with a stirring spoon, and depending on how we're going to apply, they usually either need like a basting brush or a knife. You'll need a drying rack and some baking paper, and then the three main ingredients you're going to need is you're going to need sugar, you're going to need water, and then you're going to need like a sticky substance, either like corn syrup, maple syrup, your brown rice syrup, or honey. So any one of those four things will do. So for the ingredients, we're going to be using 1/4 cup of each to get started, and then we'll get cooking. So sticky traps are used as an indicator when you've got either bugs or fungus gnats and stuff on plants, and they're really good because they catch a few of the bugs that are around and give you an indication that there's bugs around in time to spray. Some people use it as a preventative as well, so they use it instead of spraying. It's not going to get all the bugs, so really my tip to you is to use it as that indicator. So you can see here we sell these ones sets of 5, and it has a front and a back, and it just peels off, and underneath is a sticky layer. So you can see here in my Hoya I've got an indicator, and I'm going to bring it in for a close-up. So the side that I've done, I only do one side at a time because otherwise I feel like I'm wasting it. So the side's still got the label on it, and it's just used purely for that indicator. So you can see here I've got 3 little bugs. Oh, that's actually a bit of soil. So they're little fungus gnats, and that just gives me an indication that there's some around and that I just need to be a bit more careful with my watering. These are also really good outdoors on citrus and stuff when you start getting, you know, some little stickies and crawlies on there that will catch them and give you that indication as well. And here you can see I've got the mixture ready. So what I have done, I've done the mixture of 1/4 cup of water, 1/4 cup of sugar, and 1/4 cup of honey. So again, you can either use 1/4 cup of honey, maple syrup, brown rice syrup, or corn syrup. Any of those 4 things will do. Now we're going to bring this to a boil until the sugar is melted, and then we're going to keep boiling it until it makes like a really sticky glue type substance. I'll let you know at the end how long it takes. So while we're waiting for that to boil, we're going to start making the pieces that we're going to adhere the sticky stuff to. So as I said before, I've got an old magazine. Now we're going to actually dip this one into the solution. So I'm just going to guess for this one how big I'm going to want it. Oh, but I cut out the green, so let's do the yellow. So a bit of yellow in the paper. The courier bag, you can actually rip off this whole sticker here. They actually come right off. They should come right off. And so I'm going to use that bit there because it's the biggest yellow bit. Alrighty, and I'm actually probably going to attach that one to one of our Primaflora punnet labels. So I'll recut that shape. That's pretty badly done. And then lastly I've got the bit of plastic, and I'm probably going to hang this one up in our glass house. I don't know how plastic will work, so it'll be worth a crack. And because I want to hang this one, I'm going to make a hole in it now and then put the substance over top, because once it's on there it's going to be super sticky and it's going to be a pain to deal with. I'm just going to tie a tie in there. You could also hole punch it if you've got a hole punch, which I did, but obviously to put the hole in I just bent 2 sides and cut a triangle out. So now we've got one for the glass house, which we're going to try painting onto plastic. I'm going to use this probably for outdoors in my citrus pots, and I'm just going to stick that on with some sellotape in a sec, And then that paper one, I'm actually going to use it for my houseplants, and I've got an old vegetable punnet label here, so I'm going to stick that onto there and then push that into the plant. Right, so while we're waiting for that to boil, carry on getting your stuff ready and cut out. Alright, it has been 10 minutes and you can see the colour change in this, and you can see it's running a lot thicker, more like a glue consistency. If you're not sure if it's ready or not, then just leave a little bit on your spoon and tip it onto a little bowl, and you'll see how sticky it is, and see even how it's globbing off at the end there. So I'm going to turn that off now, and I'm going to let that cool down. So when using the paper version for this, you can just dip it straight into the solution. You need to let it to dry for a few hours before you attach it to your thing. It's going to be very sticky. My pot's still pretty hot, but because it is, one, so sticky, and two, so hot, please make sure you're using tongs or something similar. So dip it in, give it a good swirl around. Oh my gosh, that's sticky. Right, see how sticky that is. And then you want to put it on some top of some baking paper and leave it on a drying rack overnight for that one. Ooh. Right, and then we'll get started on the other version. Alrighty, so the other way you can do it is you can spread it with a knife. And I'm going to try the spreading with, oh jeepers creepers, the knife for the one that's going outside in my glass house. That's cool. You can see we're doing this for the first time together. It's actually quite cool because all the things that I've wanted to try that I never do because we've just got like the easy products at work, I'm actually getting to give a go with. So there we go. Sticky trick for the glass house. It's really sticky. And then last but not least, you can also use like a basting brush to do it as well. Not sure how this one's going to go because I've got a plastic basting brush instead of a proper basting brush. Oh yeah, that's pretty good. That's actually really easy. Alright, so if I had to choose between the knife and the basting brush, go for the basting brush. That's really good actually. So again, you might want to leave them to dry overnight so they don't drip down, but jeepers, look how sticky that is. That's awesome. We want to give you guys tips and tricks that you can try from home that are really easy, that hopefully people find interesting. Now the slug baked one that we had the vote on was very, very close. There was only about 10 votes in it. So what I'm going to do is tomorrow we'll show you how to make homemade slug traps to chuck, well not chuck, to place in the garden. So anyway, I hope to see you soon. Show us your inventions and give us a crack. Not just for indoors, chuck them outdoors. As I said, glass houses in your garden, pots and planters, a really good one to use as well. So if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below, and don't forget to share and tag your mates in to show them as well. Thanks, bye.